How you doing, YouTube? Matt Master Beer Reviews, back with some very cool collab. Hopeful goodness, it's gotta be good. It's gotta be good. Form of Revolution Brewing Company, Hop Butcher for the World collaboration. This is base. All the base are belong to us. This is a West Coast style pale ale, coming in at 6% alcohol by volume. Brewed in Chicago. This is brewed at. It's got to be brewed at Revolution. I know it was, actually. And I am super pumped. So you have that nice kind of marrying of, you know, this black can, and but that stylings of Dan Jets on there. Absolutely fantastic art design. And just kind of works so much even better on those black cans. So yeah, I'm excited for this. West Coast, you know. Not that Hop Butcher hasn't dabbled in that a little bit, but you're talking about Revolution, man. That's kind of their wheelhouse. Traditional styles. So we'll see how this sucker lands. Like I said, absolutely fantastic. Art design, and that beer. That looks lager clear. That's how that sucker looks. Crisp, clean, white head, soft carbonation. I mean, this genuinely looks like a lager. What did I call this? 6 on the nose? West Coast IPA? Man, kind of hot and bothered. I knew this is a Revolution collab. I'm spilling everything everywhere. I knew this is a Revolution collab. This comes from actual Hop Butcher sent this off, and I didn't know if they were going to send these off because I figured it was Revolution's thing, their part and parcel of beers. So I'm pumped to get this one. It's good nose. Oh, yeah, buddy. It's been a hot minute since I've had a Westie. This nice, piney, not super, like, bittering rank, but it's, like, super spritzy pininess. Reminds me of a classic West Coast IPA, almost like, so when you, I always make these weird analogies. So like when you do like, when you do audio recording, you have what's called, you know, you can limit, you know, the top of the sound. So if, let's say, you're mixing stuff up, you can kind of bring all the sound to a certain level. And they have what's called a noise floor, to where you can kind of drum out all the background noise under a certain level or a certain decibel. That's kind of how the hops kind of come off in this, and that it has this kind of like piney zippiness to it, but there's none of that real dank kind of West Coastiness, at least on the nose underneath it. This bright citrus, pine, clean, crisp. If you told me this is a hoppy lager, I'd be like, no shit, Sherlock. We're diving in. Cheers. Man, that is hop aggressiveness in the most beautiful way. It's still doing that leaning in those spritzy, bright, fresh, green tippiness of pine. You know, it's like if you ever been, you know, as a kid, okay, all I did was fish. And that's all I would do from, you know, the age of whatever, 10 to when I found out women existed, all I did was fish. And I would just run through the woods to all these different fishing spots in my house in Pennsylvania. And a good portion of those woods I would run through were pines. Were you know, they weren't like deciduous trees or conifers, right? That's right, conifers. Anyway, they were just pine trees, and there's always this kind of seasonal aroma to a pine tree. You know, spring, it's bright, but it's also got this kind of newness to it, and it's a little bit round. And then you have your summer pine, which is, you know, kind of, it's humid out and it's dense, and there's like a soupy dankiness to it. And then once you start getting a fall closer to winter, you start to get this crispness to the pine, kind of like when you get that real pine tree you would get for Christmas, and then you were chopping it down or going to the real Christmas tree place. That smell you get, and it's a combination of the clean air and that kind of hardened kind of pininess that you would get from colder temperatures. That's the way the kind of pine plays off on this for me in an absolutely beautiful way. Yeah. Just super spruce tippy forward. Beautiful sweetness to it. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. Crisp, clean mouthful. Again, lager level crispiness. But there's also a little bit of density to the body. So it's a crisp drinking beer with a little bit of heft to the body, so you know you're drinking something of substance. It's beautiful. This is by far and away one of the best. Let's just cut to that chase. By far and away one of the best West Coast IPAs I've had in quite some time. It is. It's one of the best ones. It is Mount Rushmore status. It's absolutely delectable. better than I kind of hope for. Not that, you know, Revolution does this awesome stuff and Hop Butcher does this awesome stuff, but you're always kind of wary when two companies kind of come together, and are they going to work together and bring together the best of their both selves. Sometimes they fight each other. I feel like this is a little bit more in Revolution's kind of wheelhouse, but then again, you know, the West Coast stuff I've had from Hop Butcher has been few and far between, just a little bit more uber new school. This is leaning a little bit more traditional. Not that they can't do it, like I said, but definitely feel a little bit of Hop Butcher in here, along with that hefty dollop of Revolution. Value and availability, no idea. I'm sure it was a one-off and it went really creepily fast. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like beer, if you like West Coast IPA, if you like old school beer, if you like beer, and if you like beer, you'll like this. And woods in the winter. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing a whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little West Coast beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.